Vice President JD Vance is back in the United States this morning after a historic trip to Greenland. It's the Trump administration's latest effort to take control of the semi-autonomous territory, and Bradley Blackburn has more on the Arctic intrigue.
Elaine, Doug, President Trump is waking up in sunny South Florida today, but yesterday his administration was focused squarely on the cold north. The president spoke with Canada's prime minister about tariffs, while the vice president was on the ground in Greenland.
Vice President JD Vance and Second Lady Usha Vance landed at Joint Base Andrews in Maryland Friday after traveling to Greenland. He spent more time in the air than on the ground, but still made history as the highest-ranking U.S. official to visit.
We need to ensure that America is leading in the Arctic, because we know that if America doesn't, other nations will fill the gap where we fall behind.
Vance visited U.S. troops at a space base in the island's far northwest, but he wasn't welcomed by Greenland's officials. President Trump has said he wants the U.S. to take control of the territory, something Greenland does not want.
We have to have Greenland. It's not a question of, do you think we can do without it? We can't.
Greenland's new prime minister said there needs to be a dialogue with the U.S., and the vice president said he expects there will be a deal.
We do not think that military force is ever going to be necessary. We think we're going to be able to cut a deal, Donald Trump style, to ensure the security of this territory, but also the United States of America.
At the White House, President Trump was also focused on the North. With the U.S. and Canada locked in a trade war over tariffs, he spoke for the first time with Canada's new Prime Minister, Mark Carney.
I've always loved Canada. We had a very good conversation.
We agreed to begin comprehensive negotiations about a new economic and security relationship between our two sovereign countries.
New tariffs against goods from Canada are still set to take effect April 2nd.
Meanwhile, the legal fight over the Trump administration plans to downsize the government continues in the courts. On Friday, a judge blocked the dismantling of the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, but separately, an appeals court lifted an order blocking more DOGE cuts to USAID. Doug, Elaine?
Thank you. And President Trump has signed an executive order targeting the Smithsonian Institution. The president says he wants to remove what he calls, quote, improper ideology from its 21 museums, libraries, and research centers. That includes the Museum of African American History and Culture in Washington, D.C., and the Museum of the American Indian in Lower Manhattan.
The idea that he's going after the Smithsonian is absurd. The fact that he wants to shut it down or cut it and gut it like he's doing to everything is of course, on message for him, but totally against what we should be doing.
The issue with Trump is that he is not pro-America, okay? He does not protect every individual that lives in this country.
The president says Vice President JD Vance will be in charge of enforcing his directive.